Hello learners, welcome to the today's topic. Our today's topic is association rule mining, its definitions and important terminology. Myself Priyanka Gupta, I am working as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering Data Science at Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. So I will cover the association rule mining important definitions related to that. What are the different we can say benefits of that, why we are taking the association rule mining, what are the different important formulas are there, what are the rules are there, what are the important rules are there, and what is the definition of association rule mining and important terminology. Let's start. So, association rule mining, basically it was proposed by Agrawal et al. They were the group in 1993 year, right? So, it is an important data mining method, a model studied extensively by the database and data mining community. So, basically it is studied by database and data mining community by implementing a model like for the data mining. So basically association rules mining, it is proposed by Agrawal et al. They were the group in 1993 year. Why it is an important data mining model that has been studied by extensively the database and data mining community. So all the related community related to database as well as who are working with the data mining, they are supposed to study this data mining model. A transaction T, what is the terminology of the how we are going to denote that? A transaction T will be there, that is containing the X, that is a set of item, we can say some of the time item set. So same name in I if X is a subset of T. So an association rule is an implication of the form X depends Y. That is X depends Y. So if Y will be true, that X will also be true. So that depending on the Y, where X and Y, that is a subset of I, and X and Y, that is a union of phi, nil. So an item is a set of items. An item set is a set of item set. As name suggests that it is a set of items, right? If K item set means that is having the K set of items, K number of items. So suppose for example how we will differentiate these are both. X is equal to milk, bread and cereal is in one basket, that is an item set, right? And what is K item set? Milk, cereal and bread, it is a 3 item set. So it is a differentiation between the what is item set and what is K item set. So in that we don't have to store it in any variable. So association rule mining, basically it is a procedure which aims to observe frequently occurring patterns, correlation, what is the relationship between the two of the variables attribute, what are the association related to them from the datasets found in various kind of databases. So these all type of we can say correlation, relations and patterns that will be found in the data warehouse or database. So that can have found in the relational databases, transactional databases and any other form of repository where the data base has been kept, that data set has been kept. So the association rule mining, as name suggests, association rules are simply if and then statements. If and then statements, those statements will have in the association rules. So association rule mining, as name suggests, the association rules are simply if then statements that written with the starting with the if and it has been concluded with the then. That is going to help to discover the different patterns and relationship between the independent relational databases and any other type of data repository. So basically an association rule having the two parts. While one association rules have been has to be written as a one line syntax, one line rule, so it is having the two of the important parts. So first it is having the antecedent, the part that is having the if clause. So after if, what is the condition will be written, that will come into the antecedent. Then there will be the consequent. So after then, what are the different conditions we have to write, that will be the consequent part. After then, what will come after then, right? So these are the two important part of any association rule that has been written. Now, how does association rule mining learning working? Basically an antecedent, that is something that's found in data, that will have the possibility is that this will have in that data what we are having from the data warehouse or data repository, and a consequent that we have to work on. We have to found the consequent. So consequent is an item that is found in combination with the antecedent. So have a look, we are having a rule written over here. For the example, if a customer buy bread, comma, he is 70% likely of buying milk. So this is a rule written here. So after if, what is a customer buys bread, so this will come as a call as a antecedent, right? And after then it's not written here, but although that means comma is means the then is there. So then he is likely 70% likely of buying a milk, so that will come as a consequent. So in the above association rule, bread is the antecedent and milk is the consequent. So what is the product actually as a input, what are we are giving the input and what output we are having. So that will be the antecedent and consequent. So if the above rule what we have seen in this example is a result of a thorough analysis of some of the data set, it can be used to not only improve the customer review, customer service, but it is also going to improve the company revenue, company finances. So that because of that, all the business industry, all the business people, business users, they are likely to use the association rules for better understanding of their future analysis, right? So the association rules are created by thoroughly analyzing data, right? So that consequent part, that antecedent part, that came from that data set, that data analysis. So and also we have to, while we are going to write the if then rules, association rules, we have to find out the frequent if then patterns. Then only we will able to know what is the frequently purchasing item is there, what is frequently occurring item in there in that association rule. So particularly the association rules will use before we are going to apply a data mining technique. So we will know what are the different rules are there. On the basis of that, we are going to apply some of the methods. So then, depending on the following two parameters, we will also use two of the parameters. The important relationship between the two attributes we can understand. So basically, the first relationship, that will be the support. Support indicates how frequently if and then relationship appears in the database. So it means how many times the if then rules will be there, the item will going to occur that much time. So that will be the here the sigma, that is having the milk, bread and diaper, that is equal to 2. So 2 times it has been occur in that particular database. So that is the support of that frequency is the support of that particular relationship. Confidence is also will be the relationship measurement. So confidence is nothing. Confidence tell about the number of times these relationships have been found that is seems true in that database. So that is basically confidence comes after the support. We have to measure the what is support of that particular item, and then we will be able to find out the confidence of that particular item. So in a given transaction with multiple item, association rule mining primarily tries to find out the rules that is going to govern how or why such items or products are often bought together. So that will go for the frequently purchased items, right? Now for example, peanut butter and jelly, two are the items are there that are frequently purchased together. Why? Because a lot of people like to buy PB and J sandwiches. So who are going to buy sandwiches, they will also likely to purchase the peanut butter as well as jelly with that particular item. So why we are using that association rule mining? What is the goal of using that? The goal is to find out all the rules that satisfy the user specified minimum support and minimum confidence. So that will be the basically our goal, to find out all the related minimum support and confidence. Now the association rule mining is sometimes also called as a market basket analysis. What is market basket analysis? Basically that has been related to the retail stores. That is related to the retail stores where one customer is going to buy some of the items in one transaction. So that will be the basket for that particular customer. So what is the analysis we are doing on that? That will be the market basket analysis. It is likely to will have one item will be purchased on the basis of other item. So suppose in this example we have seen, if the person is going to buy the PB and J sandwiches, they are likely to buy the peanut butter and jelly. So that will have the market basket analysis. That is proven thing is there. Now, so the aim is to discover the association of items that is occurring together more often than you had expected from randomly sampling all the possibilities. So we have to find out, we likely to find out, we have to discover the all of the purchased item that has been bought on the other item, on the basis of other item. Now the classic antecedent of beer and diaper will help in understanding this better. But as we are very new to that business industry, for to understand these item related things, so we couldn't understand the beer and diaper relationship. What is the relation between those of the two items? Because beer is nothing but the elder people, the adults, they are going to consume that. Diaper, that will related to the small baby. So how those of the two items has been related to each other? The story goes like this. Suppose a young American man who go to the store on Friday to buy diaper, right, have a predisposition to grab a bottle of beer too. So how this is possible? Because the person, he is likely to have a small baby that at his home, and he cannot go again and again to buy something outside because he is having the small baby. But he likely to buy beer because he can consume the beer because he have to have at home for the baby. So that will be the relationship and understanding of these lines. However, the unrelated and vague that may be sound to us layman, but association rule mining shows us how and why. So that was the related things we have to understand, that why we are going to rule the, we are going to mine that association rules. So but the rule exists here in this line, right? Now suppose an X store retail transactions database including the following data. The data that is having the total number of transactions, 6 lakh transactions are there. The transaction containing the diaper, that is having the 7500, that is having the 1.25% of the total number of transaction, right? The transaction containing the beer, that is having the 60,000 transaction. So that is from one retail store over the time what are the different we can say figure is there, what is numerical values are there related to this example. Next is transaction containing both beer and diaper, that is having 6,000 numbers. So that is 1% of total purchasing. So from the above figure we can conclude that if there was no relation between beer and diaper, that is they were statistically independent, but then we would have got only 10% of diaper purchases to buy beer too. So that was the relationship between those two items. However, as surprising as it may seem, these figures tell us that 80%, that is 6,000 divided by 7,500 of the people who buy diaper also is going to buy the beer. So this was the possibility of these relationship between these beer and diaper, and we have to understand this relationship also. Now, so this significant jump from an increase is also known as lift. So these type of relationship, if that will be there, sudden jump will be there, significant jump factor will be there, so that will called as a lift. So which is the ratio of observed frequency of co-occurrence of our item and expected frequency. So it is basically the strength of the rule, any type of rule which can be defined. Lift is equal to support of X and Y, support of those two different items divided by support of one item into support of other item. So it will be the lift of that particular item, that is the significant jump factor that will be increasing over the time. So basically it is the ratio of the observed support, a measure, and expected support if X and Y are independent of each other. So it has the three possible value for the lift. If lift is equal to 1, if suppose lift is equal to 1 will be there, the probability of occurrence of antecedent and consequent is independent to each other. So that possibility, that condition will be there. If lift is greater than 1, then it determines the degree of which the two of the item set are dependent to each other. If the lift will be less than 1, then it tells us that one item is a substitute of the other item. Then it means the one item has a negative impact on the other item. So if one person is going to buy one particular item, he will not buy the other item. So on the basis of this lift, the relationship will be there. For understanding the relation, what is the relationship is there, we can understand. Now these are the important terminology related to this association rule mining. Frequent item set. What is frequent item set? It is basically representing the item set whose support is greater than or equal to the minimum threshold. So frequent item set that is having the greater than and equal to the minimum support. So that is true for the frequent item set. What is frequent item set mining? Finding the frequent patterns, finding the associations and correlations and we can say casual structure set of items among the set of items or object in any database, transactional database, relational database, or information repository. So basically that is nothing but we have to find out the frequent patterns, correlations and associations among the different set of items. What is maximal item set? Maximal item set is nothing but that is a if none of the its supersets will be frequent, so that maximum item set will be there. The closed item set, if item will be closed if none of its immediate supersets have same support count same as a item set. Now, so what is confidence here? This ratio basically representing the total number of transactions of all the items in A and B to the number of transactions of the item in A. So that will be the confidence of that particular item. What is association rules? Association rule is nothing but that it represents an implication expression of the form of X depends Y. X depends Y. Here X and Y representing the two item sets. So two of the item sets are there. So for example, the combination of milk and basket that depends on the beer. So these are this is the one item set, this is the two item set. This is X, this is Y. So that X depends Y. If milk and diaper will be purchased, if beer will be there, then milk and diaper will be purchased. Like this, the relationship will be there. What is a priori principle? If an item set is frequent, then all of its subsets must also be frequent, right? And conversely, if an item set is infrequent, in subset is infrequent, then all of its superset they will also have the infrequent items. So that is true for the a priori principle. If these are the two conditions will be there, the a priori principle that will be implicated there. Next, the key idea of a priori principle is monotonicity. What is monotonicity? By the anti-monotone property of support, we can perform the support based pruning. So here basically what are the item sets are depending on if we have seen if maximal will be there, if so then the items will be frequent, then frequent item sets should be there. So like this type of property will be there, that is calling as a monotonicity. Candidate item set generation and pruning in that, what is this pruning in that a priori algorithm? To generate the candidate item set, the following requirement for an effective candidate generation procedure will be followed. So in this right hand side figure we can see here the found these are the items, these are the group of item set that is found to be infrequent. They are in the nature of infrequent items. These are the pruned supersets. So those type of item set we have to prune as we are applying the a priori algorithm on that. So it should avoid generating too many unnecessary we can say candidate. It must ensure that the candidate set is complete, and then it should not generate the same candidate item set for the more than once. Only one time it has to be occur. Next, try types of association rule mining. So association rule learning can be divided into the three algorithms. So that is important terminology here. The first will be a priori algorithm. This algorithm basically uses the frequent data sets to generate the association rules. It is designed to work for the databases that containing the transactions, and basically this algorithm uses the breadth first search and also using the hash tree to calculate the item set efficiently. So at the large level, when we are applying the a priori algorithm, we also have to apply the breadth first search and hash tree. Now it is mainly used for the market basket analysis and helping to understand the products that can be bought together. It can also be used in the healthcare field to find out the drug reactions for the patients. Second algorithm is ECLET algorithm. ECLET algorithm stands for the equivalence class transformation. So that is a full form of ECLET. That is equivalence class. C stands for class, E stands for this, C stands for class, and T stands for transformation. So ECLET algorithm is nothing but the algorithm uses a depth first search. So find out the frequent item set in a transactional database basically. So it also performing the fastest execution than the a priori algorithm. So in the from the business users, the more the ECLET algorithm is going to be used. What is FP growth algorithm? The third algorithm is FP growth. FP growth is nothing but frequent pattern algorithm. That is, it is the improved version of a priori algorithm basically. It is going to represent the database in the form of tree structure, but it will be depicted in the form of graph structure, tree structure, and that is known as a frequent items pattern tree. The purpose of this frequent tree is to extract the most frequent patterns, most frequent items. The applications of association rule mining. What are the different applications of association rule mining? It has various applications in machine learning and data mining. Below are the some popular applications of association rule mining. First is market basket analysis. That is a popular application that has been used in data mining. It is the one of the popular example and applications of association rule mining. This technique is commonly used by the big retailer as well as to determine the association between the items, between the set of items. So that is basically, if we will understand this, if we are going to a mall in that retail chain, so if we are enter there, so some of the items will be kept in the starting only. So that items that will have the lowest sale prices will be there. So that is a way to attract the different customers. And we will also we will see where the milk items and the dairy related items will be kept. It will be the end of the store. Why end of the store? Because the customer have to go a long way to search for that particular dairy product. So in between he will also can observe the other items. So that is basically the funda, that is attraction for to gain the attention of that particular customer. The lightings that will be used in that retail store, that is also going to impact the customers to changing the behavior of buying the items. So those were the few factors that will use as a market basket analysis. Second is medical diagnosis. So medical diagnosis, with the help of association rules, patients can be cured automatically easily, as it is going to help to identify the probability of illness for the particular disease. So even we are having the past data, historical data. On the basis of that, we can find the new patterns, new frequent patterns. So that will also help in the medical diagnosis, disease diagnosis. Third is protein sequence. So the association rules helping to determining the synthesis of artificial proteins. So what are the synthesis can be there for artificials, though that will also studies as in the form of association rules. Fourth is, it is also used for the catalog designing and loss leader analysis and many more other applications. So these were the few applications in that the association rule mining is going to be used. Next is drawbacks of association rule mining. What are the different drawbacks are there? So first is a lengthy procedure of obtaining the monotonous rule. So some of the people, they can find that these are the similar rules we are writing for each of the transaction. So that can be monotonous and that can be lengthy also, because for each transaction we have to write the same looks like association rule. So having a large number of discovered rule can be there. Third is low performance of the association rule algorithm, that these are the drawbacks. Fourth is consideration of lots of parameters we have to obtain for the rules. So these will be the drawbacks of association rule mining. So this was all about association rule mining, its related definitions and terminologies. So this was all about today's class. Thank you for watching.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.